We have a major scandal brewing within crypto, and this just highlights why it's so important to get clarity done to protect this industry long term. Because something like this, if it gets out of control, you're going to have some people write the rules of the land for cryptocurrencies that you really don't want architecting our future. We're going to get into it, but before we do, I want to show you this from Panos. Now, what Panos is saying as a builder on the XRP ledger, this is his perspective. He's saying trying to raise capital as a company building on XRP Ledger is probably the toughest in the whole industry. He hears back time and time again, we love your project. We love your vision. We love your products, but we don't see any potential in the XRP Ledger ecosystem. Why? Why are VCs and investors like this? Well, they're not looking at XRP Ledger and its capability and its technology. They don't care about any of that. They're saying, look, we see Ripple and what they've done, and that's amazing, but who else? Show me another example of someone building on the XRP ledger that has been successful. You got to think about it. If you were an investor investing in these startups and there have been no other examples of success, well, that might not be a place you want to go. You might want to go to Ethereum that has multi-billion-dollar enterprises, or Solana where you see a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get there. Someone's going to have runaway success here within the XRP ecosystem. It has the capability. And these VCs, they're not really commenting on that. They're just saying, we haven't seen it yet. We have to see some success. Otherwise, we're going to go to those ecosystems where we know there are winners. And there have been winners in the past. This is why it's so important, the Zhao DAO. We're going to talk about this later in this video. But that's going to help builders connect with money to build the future on this blockchain. Understand that Zhao DAO is going to play a huge role in the future here. Now, we have a breaking news here. Well alert, short-term risk here for the XRP ledger. On-chain data shows massive spikes in XRP inflows to Binance, signaling potential sell pressure. Over 31 million XRP, almost exclusively from whales. Now, not Chris Larson. I just put this picture up to be funny, but we see a lot of money flowing onto exchanges. We've seen in the past. I come on here, I say money's flowing out. XRP's coming off exchanges. That's bullish. Well, now it's the inverse. We got to report both sides of the story. Now, it doesn't take much to turn our fortunes here, but right now, it looks like people are getting ready to dump, and this pain may continue. Now, this is probably what a lot of it is due to. We see Zach XBT. You don't think people know this is coming. He has an investigation dropping February 26th, and he's not saying who it's about. He's saying it's a highly profitable crypto business involving systemic insider trading. Who are they talking about? I've heard Coinbase, Binance. I don't think it's any of that. I think if it was, he would have already dropped his report. It's bigger than that. I think it is World Liberty, the president's crypto firm here. We will see, though, on the 26th, what he releases. But remember, it's not just that. We have the UAE connection, $500 million in secret investments from Abu Dhabi for a 49% stake in the president's crypto company here just 4 days before his inauguration. We have also the Binance link. A massive $2 billion investment was posted through WLFI USD stablecoin through Binance, just as CZ received his pardon. So, this could get really ugly really quick. You have with Abu Dhabi, of course, we released a bunch of restrictions and gave them a bunch of chips that they couldn't get before. Like, this could really get ugly quick for the crypto space, and no fault of crypto, but if this is a scandal, you best believe we're not going to see crypto regs get done. We can't wait for the perfect regulation. Get this codified now. Otherwise, people are going to argue otherwise and say, we have to have the perfect regs. We got to do this. We got to do that. I'm telling you, if it doesn't happen now, if they don't get this sucker across the finish line, you're going to have Elizabeth Warren writing the rules of the future. And people say, well, XRP has already been deemed not a security. Yeah, under the old rules, not the new ones that will be written. Do you want this crew to write the future of crypto, or do you want Liz Warren writing the rules of the game? I don't think we want that. Let's get this sucker across the finish line and do it now. It's so important. Now, Michael Saylor, he dilutes here to buy more Bitcoin. That's what's happening right now. Strategy just spent $40 million on 592 Bitcoin, funded entirely by selling common stock. Now, the stock is trading at a discount to its Bitcoin. So essentially, everyone says, oh, MicroStrategy doesn't have to sell its Bitcoin. Well, they pretty much sold your Bitcoin per share to fund this purchase. You have less Bitcoin per share because of this. The stacking continues. Is this genius, or is this an equity bleed? It's minor dilution, let's be honest. It's not like the end of the world. And if this space turns to the positive, you won't care if you're a strategy holder. But long term, that ain't great. They need to get this market pumping. If not, it is going to get awful, awful uncomfortable for Michael Saylor and company. They better hope that this market pivots to the bullish side. Otherwise, it's going to get nasty here. Now, we see this post here. Ripple, led by Brad Garlinghouse, has been extremely busy since 2023. They bought 6 different companies, spending a huge amount of money here, $2.7 billion in total. On the big ones, of course, we see Hidden Road, G Treasury, Metaco, $250 million, $1.25 billion, and another billion for G Treasury. I mean, these are important, and they're great businesses, and they fit in great with XRP Ledger as well. Onboarding people to use this technology, it's all synergetic. But I saw this post here. People are saying, well, hey, PayPal, they're having issues. Might they be looking for a takeover here? Might Ripple be the right ones to do it? This is why I say they will eventually go public. If they wanted to do this right now, if they wanted to merge with PayPal, do a takeover, technically they should be able to do it. They got cash, they got stock, they're worth more, they could take the controlling interest. But because their company is private, it would make this deal almost impossible. Now, I'm not saying Ripple wants to buy PayPal, but the day may come where they do want to buy this company or something else. And the fact that they are private is going to make everything very difficult because their stock, it may be worth, $50 billion on paper, but it's quite illiquid. Remember, to go public, they don't have to do an IPO and give away any equity. They can just do a direct listing. Now their stock is very liquid. Now it trades, and it not only helps them hire talent, so they could pay them in very liquid stock options, but they also can do major mergers or acquisitions that they can't do as a private company. They'd have to be worth many times more than PayPal. They're worth a little bit more than PayPal. They got a lot of cash, got a lot of XRP, but probably couldn't do a deal like this. That's why I'm saying they will go public when the time is right, and I think the time is coming. We're not quite there yet. Again, this may not be the right deal, but the day will come when they want to do a splash. A real acquisition, not G Treasury, not Hidden Road. We're talking about a PayPal type acquisition, and that will happen someday, and they're going to have to go public first, in my opinion. Now, Vitalik, this is interesting. This, again, is about governance here. Vitalik wants to replace human governance with bots. Governance is broken in his opinion. Participation is low. We don't have time to worry about every little tiny vote here. Whales run the show on Ethereum, and nobody has time to read through all these endless proposals. So Vitalik just proposed a radical fix. Personal AI governance agents. Essentially, what you do here, you train your AI to really understand your values, what you care about, and vote on your behalf, and all this kind of minutia. Now, you still hold back your vote for the big decisions, the major stuff, but other than that, you just let your AI go forward. And I proposed this to the founders of the Zhao DAO, Fabio and Santiago. I said, what do you guys think about this? Because again, Zhao DAO, the first DAO in XRP Ledger history, taking governance on this chain to the next level. Is this a solution for kind of some of this minor stuff we will be voting on? Maybe we'll have a system like this. I haven't heard back from them, but I will see what they have to say. We've hit 800 members. Make sure you join the Zhao DAO. Link down below in the pinned comment and in the description. Once we hit 1,000 members, right around the corner, then we start voting on proposals. I know Expector has a big one on deck. Dirk wrote up a really, really interesting proposal. You'll have to read through it, see how you stand. If you're for it or not, we'll probably break it down on this channel eventually. But this is how we really get building happening on the XRP Ledger. Telling investors, look, yeah, this is a big project. This is why you want to be in on it. We have Zhao DAO members, community members, deciding the future, participating in this chain. This is going to take decentralization to the next level. We have Ripple. We have XRPL Labs. We have XRPL Commons and the Zhao DAO, which is you, which is me. Join today. Link down below. $10 for a lifetime membership. Use your Sama wallet, your Bifrost wallet, you pay an XRP. XRP is the token of the Zhao DAO. There's no other DAO tokens. It's XRP all the way. Make sure you join. Link down below. We will be voting and participating any moment now as we pop through that 1,000 level. Lastly, I thought this was really interesting. Anthropic. They catch Chinese labs stealing Claude at scale, largest AI heist in history. This is the problem. When we think about this kind of thing, AI is going to make this type of thing so much easier. We see 3 Chinese labs ran coordinated distillation attacks. Anthropic trace it all the way back. You're going to be able to backwards engineer almost anything you want. What is the value of near anything in that type of future? Well, It's tough. It's going to be tough to protect your IP. Almost impossible, probably impossible. It's not just about China. It's going to happen here in the US as well. This is a big risk, and it puts the future of capitalism at risk in ways you can't even comprehend. This is a fast-moving technology, will change everything. And I'll tell you this, blockchain will play a role in that future. Decentralized AI. Flare has a real vision for that, for being part of that. The blockchain of data, I think, again, as Hugo has said, it may be bigger than actually decentralized finance. Decentralized AI, that may be really where Flare catches a lot of growth there. Again, link down below, Zao down. Make sure you sign up, participate in this blockchain's future. As always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Link.